Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Gabby became irate in her hospital room after looking through a magazine full of wedding inspiration. Melinda showed up after their joint ordeal to see how Gabby was doing. Melinda said that she had an ulterior motive for visiting after Gabby assured her that she was okay and would be freed that day. Reluctantly, Melinda revealed to Gabby that some of the documents were divorce decrees she had drafted for Stefan. Melinda swiftly added that if Gabby desired it, she would lose Stefan as a client. Gabby maintained that she and Stefan had decided to call it quits on their marriage. Melinda was given permission by her to represent Stefan in the divorce process. Stefan was in the Demera estate, staring at his wedding ring and moping, when EJ came in, poured himself a drink. To counter his dour disposition, he offered Stefan a drink, to which Stefan retorted with a comment on EJ's upbeat attitude. EJ declared himself to be ecstatic that miserable miscreant Brady was now in jail. Stefan growled that EJ's favorite activities were locking people up and having sex with his brother's wife. When EJ brought up the fact that Gabby had made a pass at him, Stefan shot back, saying that EJ had the option to reject her. Stefan questioned how EJ knew the specifics of Gabby and Stefan's divorce after she mentioned it. After telling Stefan that Gabby had told him after he'd visited her the night before, EJ grinned and took a sip of alcohol. Unfazed, EJ told Gabby about Rafe's admonition to keep away from her. Stefan demanded to know why EJ had gone to see Gabby. Stefan advised EJ to take the warning seriously. EJ questioned Stefan about his concern, pointing out that he was divorcing Gabby. Admire B&B, Days, General Hospital, or other soap operas? Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right now, click this link. Stefan declared that he wished EJ hadn't injured Gabby and that he still cared for her. Living together under one roof, EJ thought Stefan and Gabby had to get along until Gabby could take Stefan for all he was worth. Stefan said he didn't think Gabby would ever come back to the estate. Just like that, Gabby entered through the door. EJ excused himself and let Gabby and Stefan have a conversation. Gabby asked Stefan why he had chosen Melinda as his divorce lawyer. Because he trusted Melinda, Stefan justified the choice. Gabby retorted that Melinda was easily manipulated by Stefan because of her schoolgirl crush on him. Stefan wondered if Gabby had decided what she wanted out of the divorce. Gabby declared that there was nothing more to talk about and promised to return to get her stuff. With an uncomfortable step, Gabby went upstairs to pack, leaving Stefan to stare after her miserably. The two later revealed what they had promised would be a final farewell. With tears in her eyes, Gabby whispered to Stefan, "En otra vida, mi querido." Gabby put her hand on Stefan's cheek and Stefan said the same thing. Stefan started crying too, as Gabby turned to go. Xander yelled at someone on the phone at the Titan offices before hanging up. When Kristen walked in, Xander snapped at her too. She asked Xander what he'd been doing to liberate Brady, a smile on her face. In response, Xander firmly stated that he had not done anything and never would. Xander was informed by an astonished Kristen that Sarah could be running the 5K by spring with Rolf's assistance. Xander found the proposition interesting, but he wasn't sure why he should take Kristen at her word. Sarah was not going to be Dr. Rolf's guinea pig, according to Xander. But after Kristen brought up numerous examples of Rolf's genius throughout the years, he changed his mind. Though Kristen thought Xander would use the chance to have thugs break into the lab and steal the serum, Xander insisted on taking her to the lab so he could see for himself. In response, she offered to provide Xander and Sarah access to lab data if Sarah would withdraw her accusation against Brady. When Xander refused to consider the idea, Kristen effectively told him to accept it or not. Sarah tried reaching into her wheelchair to retrieve a toy at the Kiriakis' mansion. When she was unable to get it, she became agitated. Fiona stood in the doorway, looking at him with a guilty look. Sarah became even more irate when the phone rang and she was unable to answer it. Fiona came over, picked up the toy, and handed it to a distraught Victoria. After Fiona consoled Sarah, she said that she had sent the staff away to show herself that she could care for her daughter on her own. Although Sarah believed she was failing the test, Fiona refuted Sarah's assertion and complimented her on the remarkable way she had been handling her situation. In response, Sarah expressed her gratitude to Fiona for all of her help and for not passing judgment on her for lying to the police. If Sarah had been unsure that Brady was the driver, she would never have lied to Fiona, she reassured her. Sarah asked for some alone time with Victoria, and Fiona obliged. She heard Sarah sob quietly as she left the room. With a guilty gait, Fiona left. Later, when Xander got home, he saw Sarah's attitude and rushed to her. Sarah confided in him about the toy incident and said she felt helpless. Then she told Xander not to give her a pep talk, berating herself for being so self-pitying. Paul Telfer's character Xander informed Lindsay Godfrey's character Sarah about Kristen's proposal. Paul Telfer's Xander informed Lindsay Godfrey's Sarah about Kristen's proposal. Xander argued that things didn't have to be the way they had been, but Sarah said she would have to deal with her new reality. When Xander reluctantly informed Sarah about Dr. Rolfe's possible treatment, her reaction was one of deep suspicion. Xander stated that Kristen had presented him with encouraging information, but he acknowledged there was a catch. Sarah's doubts and suspicion increased when Xander revealed Kristen's disclaimer regarding Brady's release. Xander said he would let Sarah make the final decision and hinted that he would give EJ a call if that was what she desired. Later, EJ stormed into the mansion, thinking that Xander and Sarah were there to talk about the hearing that was set to take place the next day. He informed the couple of Brady's possible plea agreement and gave them his word that justice would be done. EJ became enraged with Xander when he warned him not to get ahead of himself. When Sarah stated that she wanted to take back her statement, the resentment grew. Sarah expressed doubts about her ability to recognize Brady to an unconvinced EJ. She even threw out the possibility that her recollection was a dream. EJ swiftly ruined Xander and Sarah's scheme by declaring that he would not accept Sarah's modified statement. Eric informed Brady about Holly's upcoming encounter with Nicole when they were at the police station. Eric was concerned that EJ had managed to poison Holly in order to harm her mother, and Brady was upset about how much EJ had been acting inappropriately lately. Brady reiterated his plan to enter a guilty plea and updated Eric on the impending plea hearing. Eric cried out that Brady couldn't accept the offer when Brady revealed that a 10-year prison term would accompany his guilty plea. Brady regretted the effect the punishment would have on his family, but he didn't waver in his choice. Brady revealed that he thought he had squandered Daniel's heart as a gift. Brady still had time to make apologies, Eric told his brother, and he should quit torturing himself. Brady wondered if he would ever be able to move past his shame. Fiona was Brady's next visitor in the interrogation room, and she caught him off guard. Brady questioned Fiona about her presence because he believed they had already said their goodbyes. Fiona took a seat and said that since she had thought Brady would be free at the time, things had changed. Fiona stated that she had a confession to make when Brady expressed his confusion. She prepared to come clean by starting to discuss the mistakes she'd made with Xander. Fiona was about to confess when Kristen stormed into the interrogation area. "Who the hell are you?" Kristen questioned, observing Fiona grasping Brady's hand. Fiona identified herself as Xander's mother and then stated that she had gone to see Brady to express her wish for a lengthy prison sentence. Kristen was astounded by Fiona's boldness as she walked away. Brady reminded Kristen angrily that she wasn't supposed to be at the station either. Kristen grinned and declared that Brady, now free man, would soon be leaving the station with her. Brady advised Kristen to abandon her scheme to hurt Sarah, but Kristen countered that Sarah will soon be appreciating her. Kristen left after giving Brady a sly "you'll see" response when he inquired what she meant. Brady was furious. Eric met Roman in the Brady pub after leaving the station, where he informed his father of Brady's plan to enter a guilty plea. Eric expressed his strong conviction that there was more to the tale. After pointing out the inconsistencies in Sarah and Xander's accounts, he shocked Roman by revealing Brady and Fiona's affair. Roman suggested that his son speak with Brady after noticing Eric's implication that Fiona might have had anything to do with the accident. Eric said he had another option for finding out the truth even though he didn't think Brady would recall Fiona's potential presence the night of the accident. Eric visited small bar later and asked the waiter who had waited on Brady prior to the collision. After discussing Brady's aggressive demeanor, the waiter caught Eric's attention by revealing that a woman had departed with Brady. Eric asked the waiter to verify Fiona's identification after bringing up a picture of her on his tablet. Fiona was the woman at the pub that night, according to the waiter.